What's going on, DZ crew? So as you guys can tell, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do halftones for your DTF artwork. I know how to do halftones in multiple software such as Affinity Photo and also a free software that you may have never heard of called Photopea. So if you guys are interested in that, put something in the comments below and let your boy know. I also might do a little macro pack for Affinity Photo to do some knockout black, halftones, and all kinds of different things. But in the meantime, let's boot up Photoshop and let's do some halftoning. The first thing that we're gonna need is our image, and this is an image created by one of my friends that wanted me to halftone his design for a hoodie, so we're gonna use this design here. As you guys can see, I have my image opened up in Photoshop. Now what we need to do, since we don't have a black background and we need the entire image to be black on the background, is we're gonna go to a new layer. So we're gonna click here, add a new layer. I'm gonna bring this down, and you can see that I have black on my color swatch here. So I'm just gonna press Alt and backspace, and that's gonna add a black background. Now, if you already have a black background on your image, you can skip this step. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the two, and then I'm gonna click merge layers, and you can see that it's one flat layer now. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go to image, we're gonna go to image size, and then we're gonna put resolution. We're gonna set that to 300. This is basically gonna change the DPI of the image, and we wanna make sure that resample is unchecked, and then we'll press OK. Now you want to press Control A, or you can go to select and then all. Then you want to press Control C, and then you want to go to file, you want to go to new, and you should see on the clipboard whatever your resolution is for this image, followed by at 300 PPI or DPI. Basically it's the same thing interchangeably. And then we're going to press create, and then I'm going to paste my image by pressing Control and V, and you should see the image. Now what we want to do is go to image, go to mode, grayscale, flatten, discard, and your image should turn black and white. What we're going to be doing with this part here is we're going to be making a masking layer, and what you want to keep in mind is that the lighter the areas, the more solid it's going to be on the print. The darker the layers, that's where it's going to start halftoning and making all those little tiny dots. So we're going to add an adjustment layer so that way we can accentuate which parts we want to be solid, and then we can darken the parts that we want to be faded into a halftone. The way that we do this is we go to image, adjustments, and then levels. And like I said, the whiter areas are going to be the ones that are going to be solid, and then the darker areas are going to be halftoned. The way that you edit the darker areas is by sliding this one that's all the way to the left more to the right, and the way that you accentuate the solid areas is you slide this one all the way to the right to the left. So you can see here that the areas, if I wanted these areas to be just solid, the brighter and whiter that they are, they're going to print solid when I do the DTF. But what I want to do as well is bring this in a little bit to give it more of a halftone effect. That'll edit some of the black areas, and then the gray and in between areas you can edit in the center here as well. So I'm okay with this. So when I'm done, I'm just going to press OK. The next thing that we need to do is we now need to make this entire thing solid, because there are going to be transparent pixels all over this design, and that's the last thing that we want. So we're going to do something to get rid of those transparent pixels around our design. From here, we'll go to image, mode, and then bitmap. Now here you can see it says 300 DPI or 300 pixels per inch, and then we'll go to method down here and change it to halftone screen. Then we'll press OK, and the halftone screen dialog will come up. Now this is where it becomes a personal preference thing, but there are some standards that you can go by. Typically you want to change the frequency to between 20 and 30. If you have a really good dialed in printer, then you can pretty much go 50 to 60, but 30 should be good enough. I'll even just put 25 here. And for the angle, typically I've seen 23 and sometimes I've seen 27. So we're just gonna put 27 here, and then we're gonna switch the shape to round, and then we're gonna press OK. And now you can see we have our halftone. Now that we have our halftone, we need to take this and we need to make it a mask layer for this image here. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna press Control A and then Control C, and we're gonna go back to our original document here, right? Now we're gonna add a masking layer by selecting the layer and then pressing this button here to add a mask. Now we're gonna press Alt and we're gonna click on that masking layer, and you should see it turn all white, and then we're gonna press Control V. Now that we have the masking layer here, we can click on the actual layer of our print, and you can see now there's no transparent pixels, and you can see that the entire design is now officially halftoned. If you want to emulate how this would look if you were to use a black shirt, you want to click here and make a new layer, We're gonna bring this layer beneath, and we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. We have this set to black on our color swatch or our color picker, and then we're gonna press Alt Backspace, and you can see that this is how it should look when you actually put it on a black shirt. I hope you guys did enjoy this video on how to halftone your DTF artwork. If you guys are interested in anything else DTF related or design related, put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in any of my other socials, it's pretty much the same handle across the board, DZ Artistries. Also check out my website because I am a supplier for DTF consumables. It's dzartistries.com, or you can go to the link in the description and it'll show you everything there that you need to know about me. But once again, I hope you guys did enjoy that video, and if there's anything else, put them in the comments.